welcome to the Grizzly Den, where we have a game going on between the Lady Grizzlies and the Lancers of Londonderry. An exciting varsity basketball action. I'm Bob Bartolucci. I'm joined by my colleague and friend, Mr. Rob Foreman. And Rob, what are we in for tonight?
Well, I think we're in to see a really good Londonderry team. Looking at the standings prior to the game, and Londonderry's at the top. They're in that top tier. We've talked about the tiers in Division I basketball. We've been lucky enough to be close to that top tier in previous years. Londonderry's right there. They come in 6-0 tonight. Looks like Bedford and Wyndham are same records right above them, but Bedford's 8-0. A really solid team. Sammy comes into the game. Sullivan averaging 21 a game. And then right behind her is Gemma Murray at 18.2. So two prolific scorers. I think the Grizzlies got their work cut out for them.
Yeah, they're going to have to play almost a flawless game to stay competitive in this game. And that's really what it's going to be about, is keeping up with Londonderry. Keeping up with the Lancers. We will probably end up having a little special moment, I would imagine, throughout this game. I'd be shocked if she doesn't reach it. But Sammy Sullivan of the Lancers is on her way to 1,000 points. My understanding is she's got 986 points coming into tonight. My prediction is she hits the 14 in the first quarter.
Well, yeah, and she could. Londonderry's averaging 20 in a first quarter, so she could put 14 of those up quick.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But what a great milestone. And hopefully we give them a chance to celebrate, because it is a team celebration as much as an individual celebration. She doesn't get 1,000 points without getting good passes from teammates and stuff like that. So we've been lucky to see a few 1,000-point scores in the last few years.
That's right.
It's a pretty special moment.
Yep, it is. And yeah, I'm excited for her. So I have a feeling too there'll probably be a lot of Lancer fans in the audience to see Sammy hit this milestone. But with our girls, the Goffstown team, it's been a struggle this season. We knew it was going to be hard for them to get points. I think it's been a little more difficult than even I thought, but we've had problems in other areas. So what are you looking for our team to get, looking for stepping in the positive direction here? Yeah,
I've been thinking a lot about this, because I think we're beating a dead horse sometimes with the things we're saying over and over again. I think what Goffstown's got to focus on is the rest of the season is a book, and every game's a chapter, and within that chapter there are different storylines that happen. And I think what Goffstown needs to focus on is one chapter at a time, one story at a time, one quarter at a time in basketball, and really just try to, I've said it before, win the small battles. Don't look at the game and say, well, we got to win, we got to put up 70 points tonight, because that's not going to happen. But let's have a great first quarter. Only think about the first quarter while you're out there. What can we do to be competitive? Because we've seen teams and their Cinderella stories all over the place. If you hang around long enough and it's a close competitive game, anything can happen.
Right. Well, that is going to be the key. So it's going to be really about defensively. And what are we looking for defensively, or what players do you think really have to step up tonight to help control this?
Who can shut down their two scorers between Murray and Sullivan? There's 40 points right out there on the board. So who's going to get those? And we've struggled all season with picking up silly fouls, 25, 30 feet from the basket and getting these fouls, and all of a sudden we're in foul trouble. We can't afford to get in foul trouble. We've talked about playing flawless, playing good basketball. We have such that small margin of error. We can't cross over again in foul trouble, because it could get ugly fast. Yeah,
it will. Yeah. The other thing that's going to hurt us as a team is if we're out there committing as many turnovers as we've been averaging.
Yeah.
Particularly in the early part of the season. I think the last couple of games we've been a little better with that. But, like you said, with the Lancers and their ability to put points up on the board, they're going to make us pay every time we turn that ball over.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's not a team you want to get into a race with. They're a good team, and they can score a lot of points. So take our time on offense, drive to the basket, slow the game down a little bit, and if you can play our style of basketball, which I'm not sure what that is yet, but if you play our style, maybe you can slow them down. And like I said, if you hang in there and it's close after a period or two periods, then anything can happen.
Right. At that point, you're right. Yeah, I do think the key thing I think you said in that statement too was really to go slow on offense.
Yeah.
I think we shouldn't, don't be in a rush to take the threes and things like that. We want to be able to make sure that we can control rebounding, because if we're chucking threes all night and we're missing and they're grabbing the rebound, there's a good chance the Lancers are just going to come down and score.
That's right.
And this game can get ugly quick if we don't pay attention to those little details.
That's right. I think we're also waiting to see some of these players that we haven't mentioned a lot before really come into their own and maybe be contributors, whether that's offensively or defensively. Some of these younger players or players that haven't seen a lot of court time, I think they could provide some support at times. We've liked, O'Mara when Jocelyn's been out there. I feel like she gives you, solid minutes under the basket.
Right.
She's a battler, and we need a few more of those to help Reese out underneath and take pressure off Meredith. We've talked about Meredith can't do everything. She is Wonder Woman, and she's our Wonder Woman, but she can't do everything this season.
Right, yeah. And we've seen contributions up and down the lineup really in different games. We felt Mia Brissett had a good game last week.
She did.
We've seen Gabby Mills come in and really do a good job at point guard. I remember it was either the last game or the game before when Jenna Shannon got into a little bit of foul trouble. Gabby came in and really didn't miss a beat. It seemed like she fit right in there. So this might be a game where, sometimes we might be able to rest our starters a little bit if it does start to get a little out of control. But
That's
hopefully
right.
we can, like you said, keep it close for this and things like that. So what other tips do we have for these girls tonight?
Well, my goal is to play our brand of basketball, whatever that might be, but it's slowing it down. I think if you can take 30 to 45 seconds off each possession and get a good shot, then that's winning. That's that small story inside the chapter that you win. Stay out of foul trouble. Don't turn the ball over. Those are all the keys to the game that I would say if I was to hang a poster up in the locker room, these would be on that poster. Let's not turn the ball over. Let's stay out of foul trouble. Do the little things. And give yourself some hope along the way. I know they've flirted with some different defensive things this year. They've really struggled trapping on the side and giving up easy baskets. I would say get back on defense. Make them drive to the basket and take a tough shot. We've put ourselves in some really horrible situations defensively.
Right, yeah. So they are going to, my understanding is that we are going to have a little stoppage if Sammy does indeed hit the 1,000 points to sort of celebrate her, give the Lancers a chance to celebrate their teammate. Like I said, she's 14 points away, so that's less than her average. So she's
a
will most
junior.
likely reach it. Oh, yeah, so there's a lot of points. I didn't even realize.
I just looked down. I got this fancy stat sheet for you now. You don't know what to do with all
I
this
know.
stuff.
I didn't need to put on the glasses.
1,000 points in your career is impressive, but to do it a third of the way through your junior year, that's really impressive.
That's Kelly Walsh time
That is.
almost.
That is. Yeah, we got to see Kelly, then we got to see Ava and Maggie, 3,000 point scores almost, consecutively.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, we've been lucky, and this is like it's a rebuilding year, right? It's a rebuilding year, and we have a lot of our players, and even some of the starters, people like Reese Still and stuff like that, are still very young players.
They are inexperienced at the varsity level. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
And I think Coach Bracey said in one of our post-game interviews that, sometimes the things we're doing now are going to be effective later on. You can't overnight build a culture and a program. That you got to kind of build it as you go along. So hopefully we're putting some things in place, and some of these girls that'll return the next year or two, we'll see some improvements along the way. We might get started early tonight.
Yeah, which would be okay.
Well, we'd love that.
It says we're a minute 40 away, but
yeah, Goffstown apparently has had enough time to shoot around, and they're on the bench.
Yep, and the captains are out there getting their instructions from the officials. And who do we have as the starters tonight? Do we know Londonderry's starters?
I didn't get them from Al, no.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing Murray and Sullivan. That would be my guess.
Well, yeah, definitely those two. Actually, that would help us a little bit, at least if it's only them two.
Yeah, 5 against 2 would be okay.
Yeah, I think then we'd be in for a dogfight.
Yes.
At the end.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
In a moment, we'll hear the golden voice of Al as he announces the starters. It's been a cold night, that's for sure.
It really has been. Good night to be in the gym.
Yep.
I guess we'll kind of report the starters as we hear them.
Between the Lancers of Londonderry High School and the Grizzlies of Goffstown High School. We ask for your cooperation at this NHIAA event in showing your respect for the athletes, coaches, and officials to make this game a meaningful one for all of those involved. And for your safety and security, in case of an emergency, please note where the nearest exit is to your location. If we need to evacuate, an announcement will be made at that time. Thanks for your cooperation. And now, let's read tonight's starting lineups. First for Londonderry High School. At forward, a 5'8" senior, number 5, Reagan Anderson. At forward, a 5'5" senior, number 14, Mia Ciampa. At guard, a 5'7" sophomore, number 10, Gemma Murray. At guard, a 5'7" junior, number 12, Brooke Eakin. And at guard, a 5'10" junior, number 21, Sammy Sullivan. The coach of the Lancers is John Doherty. Assistant coaches are Amber Elizabeth and Ashley Day. And now, here is the starting lineup for the Grizzlies.
Guess there's no chance of Sammy Sullivan being benched.
No.
Senior, number 21, Mary Winterborn. At forward, a 5'10" sophomore, number 14, Addie Glazer. At guard, a 5'7"
Looks like Reese is not in the starting lineup.
Mia Brissett.
Oh, yeah.
At guard, a 5'4" sophomore, number 1, Jenna Shannon. And at guard, a 5'5" senior, number 5, Morgan Dodd. The coach of the Grizzlies is Nate Bracey. Assistant coaches are Scott Brennan and Cassidy Longmire. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise if you are able and remove your hats as we honor America, our servicemen and women serving all over the globe, and all of our veterans with the playing of our national anthem.
Okay, good rendition of the national anthem.
Yeah, so one looks like what changed for the Grizzlies. Reese not in the starting lineup tonight, which I'm shocked, as she's logged probably the most minutes in the games that so far this year. So hopefully not an injury.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll find out quick.
We'll find out quickly.
Yeah, we didn't get any reports of injuries, so right now everybody seems to be healthy and all right. So like I said, or like we said, it's going to be about trying to keep this as close as possible. I
Yeah.
think we can go out on a ledge here and say there might be a surprise for one of our players later tonight.
Yeah, there might be.
Yeah, we'll keep this down.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it next time. Keep the audience in suspense.
That's right.
Here we go. We're going to have a tip-off. Addie going up for the Grizzlies against Sammy Sullivan. Lancers got that draw. They got Murray with the ball. Into Sullivan, back out to Murray. She's looking to feed Brooke Egret. Back to Sammy Sullivan. Back out to Murray. Ooh!
Oh,
Yeah.
she did everything right on
Mia.
the closeout, except she tried to go through the player.
Yeah. Addie gets an early foul. And
So the one quick thing to notice there, Goffstown, completely different than they've done all season, is they were in a 1-3-1 zone. So Meredith's at the top of the zone. She's trying to trap to the sideline. You have 3 across the middle and 1 on the baseline. So they're looking to try to trap on the sidelines. We'll see if it works.
yep.
I thought they did a really good job there till Addie kind of went through the.
Yep. Mia hit the first one. Takes the second shot off the rim. She's going to get 3 shots because she was shooting from three-point land. Oh, she sunk that in. Okay. Winterburn with the ball now for the Grizzlies. She brings it down. Over to Jenna Shannon in the corner. Jenna works her way out. Over to Mia Bissett. Or no, that's Morgan Dodge. Morgan puts up a 3 just off the rim. Came up a little short though. Now Sullivan with the ball. There was a travel, but they let that one go. Reagan Anderson. Feeds back to Everett. Back up to Mia. And Mia hits another one. 5 points. That's a 3-point shot.
Yeah, quick 5 for her.
Meredith Winterburn. Oh, going in on Sullivan. Lost control a little bit and
Threw it away.
kind of threw it away. Well, that's another one counts as a turnover, so we got to
Yeah.
make sure we limit those as much as possible. Murray with the ball over to Egret. Back to Murray, into Sullivan on the outside. Back out to Egret. And another 3-point shot by Mia Giamma.
Hot start for her.
Yeah, so she's got all the Lancer points. She's hit 2
Giampa.
threes. Giampa. Mia Giampa. Meredith Winterburn with the ball now. Feeds Addie. Addie Glazer. Going to work it in, and she went to put it up, and she drew the foul, so that's good. There's going to be a foul against Reagan Anderson. You can see here how Addie did the right thing. We want him to drive
Drive
more.
to the basket, yeah.
Yep,
We've
Yeah.
said it before. What's the worst thing that happens? You might get fouled, right?
there you go. Addie sunk the first one. Good for her. Addie's going to take her second shot now. Nope, just off the rim. Sullivan grabs the rebound. Over to Murray.
Sullivan.
Sullivan hits her first 2, 12 points away. They got Winterburn now coming down the court. Center court, Sammy Sullivan on her. Nice pick by Addie Glazer. A little bit of a travel. Yep. Definitely stepped up a couple of feet. They got Murray coming up for the Lancers. I like defensively. The Grizzlies seem to be playing pretty aggressive,
Yeah, their movement is much better on defense.
and it has to be. Oh,
Yeah.
gonna call what, Brissett? I think for coming over the top. Yep. So that'll put Reagan Anderson on the line. 10-1, Lancers. First shot. Reagan hits it.
They are moving much better on defense. The only issue is when there's that much movement going around is you have a tendency to run into somebody, foul somebody. So you got to keep your feet, stay strong.
Well, Anderson hit them both. We're set inbound this for Winterburn. Winterburn making her way over midcourt. Going to go deep. Oh, and hit Morgan Dodge out here on top of the circle. Back into Winterburn. To Jenna Shannon. Started to cut in. Lancers stopped that one. Addie Glazer. Morgan's going to take a long three. And that just went off the rim. Long feed. Oh, another one to Sammy Sullivan underneath. Oh, that was a layup. She missed an easy one.
You don't get many easy ones like that.
Yeah, and for her, she would probably 99 of 100 times hit that. Glazer then goes up underneath, gets her own rebound, and just missed it on the second time. So Anderson came down with the ball. Back to Sullivan. Okay. So Sullivan with the ball now. Jenna Shannon on her.
Could have foul.
Oh, foul on Jenna. So that'll put Sullivan on the line. No, it's not going to be not a shooting foul. So we got to change up. Reese Still got out there, and Peyton Duff. And the Sullivan underneath. She went up.
Oh, missed it.
She missed another layup. Wow, that's rare.
We're going to make her work for it.
Yeah, it does look like they are jumping on Sullivan early, try to slow her down.
Yep.
But as a result, what's happened is we've had Gemma wide open for those threes, or Giampa.
Yeah,
Mia Giampa.
She's got 8. She's only averaging 5.8 a game, so.
Sullivan hits them both.
And I guess that's one of those things I had hoped the Grizzlies had figured out, you know, where each night there's a different person who's contributing 6 or 8 points to help you out along the way. We just haven't seen that yet.
Meredith Winterburn takes a long three, went off the rim. Grizzlies are stuck at only 1 point here. Lancers, Egret Brook out to Sullivan. Sammy went for the three-pointer, just missed that one. Out to Egret. Tries to feed Anderson down low, back out to Egret at 3 points, and she sunk a three-pointer. That's Brooke Egret. And now it's 17-1, and Gracie's going to call timeout here.
30-second timeout. So, hot start for the Lancers, exactly what we didn't want to happen. They got 17 up, or halfway through the period, and they're only averaging 20 in the first quarter, so hot start.
They're hitting a lot of threes.
Yeah, and, you know, your superstar Sullivan, she's got 4, but like we said, Mia's got 8, and Egret just hit a 3, and Anderson's got 2, so balanced along the way.
Well, our scoring is balanced, too.
Addie got 1.
Yeah, it's balanced. Everybody else is tied at 0.
That's right.
Oh,
good point. That's a good point.
See?
You're thinking.
We got to get positives out of negatives. No, obviously, we snake bit a couple times. There was a couple of good shots there that really you would think would go in. You know, and sometimes, hey, you make your own luck. You got to, you know. So here's Jenna Shannon working her way in. Feeds Reese Still. Over to Winterburn. Winterburn's taking a long three.
Deep.
Jenna Shannon came down with the rebound, which is good. To Winterburn, to Reese Still. Oh, Reese should have just drove in, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Out to Winterburn, Jenna Shannon, and that's knocked out of bounds by Egret, Brooke Egret of the Lancers, so this will remain Goffstown's ball. So Winterburn looking to throw it in, tries to feed Addie Glazer, but went off, and Egret came up with it.
Good pass.
And they're feeding Giampa from the other side, and she almost hit that one in.
Yes, she did.
Winterburn gets the rebound. Winterburn working her way down.
Another turnover. I didn't start charting turnovers, but there's a few already.
Yeah, somehow she lost control of that. I don't know what that went off of. So Sullivan's going to inbound this over to Murray. Gemma Murray. Egret back in underneath to Anderson, up to Sullivan. And she drew 2, so Glazer is going to get, that's going to be her 3rd, right?
Second.
14, Abby Glazer, and that's her 2nd personal foul, 5th team foul.
Yep.
Sammy Sullivan at the foul line, 2 shots.
So Sullivan's going to be shooting, and now she's 9 away. So we got Jocelyn O'Mara in for Addie Glazer. Addie's look good out there tonight so
Yeah.
far.
2 free throws by Sullivan.
Winterburn feeds Peyton Duff down low. Oh, Peyton tried to hit Reese Still, but was intercepted by Sammy Sullivan. And she fed Egret, Brooke Egret, and she sunk 2, and she'll get a chance to make it a 3-point play. So Peyton Duff got that foul.
Yeah, on that turnover down there, Londonderry just kicks it into a second gear. They're quick down the floor.
And here we are in foul trouble early. We're already up to 5 fouls, so they're in bonus time.
I think everything we mentioned in the pregame has gone the opposite way.
Yeah.
Stay out of foul trouble. Don't turn the ball over. Don't let them get off to a hot start.
And all 3 things happen.
Yep.
So here's Peyton Duff. Duff trying to work it in. Gets it to Reese Still. Out to Winterburn. Works her way around the edge. O'Mara back to Still. Back to Winterburn. Winterburn, oh, drove in. I would have liked to see her put that up. Fed Jenna out for a 3-pointer. Still gets the rebound. She put it up. Again, how are we not getting any of these in? They're so close. So they get, what a good play by Murray. She went right around Still and put it up, just missed. Still now, right out to Jenna Shannon to Winterburn. Tries to feed Still inside. Sullivan got her hand on that one. So Sullivan from the Lancers now slowing it down, working it back in. And Lancers really are doing a good job passing.
They
Nice
really are.
clean passes. They're hitting them all. So 24-1 with a minute and a half left to go. First quarter. Jenna Shannon working her way down the court for Goffstown. Got Murray on her. Or that was actually Talia and her. Peyton Duff. It's way around the edge. Feeds it out to Jenna Shannon. Ooh, Reese Still did a good job driving to the basket. Puts it up. Again, just missed.
Yeah, the shots are there in the paint.
Yep, they're coming up with it. We're just snake bit. Murray feeds Sullivan 1 for 1. Takes another one, gets that one in. So she's down to like, I think 7 more, right?
Yeah, she's got 8.
She's got 8.
Just
So
6
she
more.
needed 14 coming in, so 6 more. Peyton Duff now with the ball. Peyton going to take a long 3. Again, once again, that was close, but no cigar. They got Murray puts in another one, Gemma Murray. And now coaching staff of the Grizzlies getting a little,
Yeah. Full timeout.
so we're taking another timeout. And Scott Brennan isn't happy.
No, he doesn't
Yeah.
say a whole lot. And then when he's mad, he's mad.
He's mad, that's right. So he feels that they're a little lackadaisical defensively.
Yeah, the transition. I mean, we're not getting back on defense. Every right to yell as a coach when your team, doesn't give the effort to get back. You still might get beat, but you got to hustle back. 28 points already.
Yep,
It's a lot.
yep, it is a lot. And the quarter ain't over yet.
No.
So, they get 30 points a quarter. Could be could
NBA
get ugly.
score,
Yeah.
yeah.
120.
Yeah.
So, well, it's like you said, it's really in every part of the game, and this is a difference. I mean, it's odd for us because we're used to being in one of those upper tier teams.
We were spoiled.
Yeah, we were spoiled for a while, so got to understand this is what it's like for younger players. I can remember years past, a couple years ago, we were basically spanking the Lancers.
Yeah.
That would be a team that couldn't compete with us, and now it's the other way around. So Winterburn and Reese still with the ball. Feeds Gabby Millis. Out to Reese Still. Winterburn. Somebody's got to drive to the basket. Oh, was almost hit away. Winterburn's backing up, getting in close. Out to Morgan Dodge to Still. Winterburn. Winterburn. Oh. Tried to take a long shot. That was deflected down by Sullivan. And mercifully, the first quarter is over.
That's it.
And only 1 point.
1 point, Addie's free throw. You did mention, and you're right, there were several shots around the basket that were good shots that just didn't fall.
Yep. So, I mean, it's not all on shot selection. We did take some good shots that, you know, would have been nice if they were able to go in, but they just weren't. And, you know, credit the Lancers. I mean, they're really a good team. They're very athletic. They're playing fast.
They are.
We commented on how crisp their passes were.
Yeah.
They're making those quick passes and really making the Grizzlies sort of off balance.
Yep.
It's very hard to keep up with a team when there's just that much talent on the floor. And, you know, for the Grizzlies, what they got to look at is just keep driving to the basket, take the shots when they're there, and I would say cut down a little bit on taking these long threes.
Yeah.
We're not doing ourselves any favors by shooting from that far out because the odds of hitting them are not that high. And what's happening is we're giving the Lancers a free opportunity to drive it back.
Absolutely. Agree 100%. Nice job. Good summary.
Yeah, well, that's because I pick up now. It's just being next to you.
I try.
You know.
I trained you well.
That's true. Winterburn into Morgan Dodge. Morgan looking to take it over half court. Got Brooks Wilson on her. Oh, Morgan tried to go back to Winterburn, and that went out of bounds. So again, it counts as a turnover.
Yeah,
We've
that's
had
right.
a number of those. Wilson to Anderson to Iorio. O'Meara got for Winterburn. Winterburn's looked like she was going to drive in, backed out. Feeds Reese Still with the ball, throws it out to Gabby Millis into Morgan Dodge. Oh, Morgan tried to feed Winterburn, and it was basically intercepted by Reagan Anderson. But the ref called.
Yeah. Inadvertent whistle, I think, even though the ball hit him, but he's in play.
Ball hit the ref?
Yeah.
Oh, see?
Londonderry's done a great job with the ball movement around the perimeter and finding that open player.
Oh.
Until then, I jinxed them.
Yeah, you did.
All right.
That's good. Keep doing that.
They're playing really great defense on us. Here we go. Come on, Grizzlies. This is our chance.
Yeah, so the Lancers with a rare mistake threw it out of bounds. So Morgan Dodge is coming down over midcourt. She's got Wilson on her. O'Meara gets it, feeds Morgan underneath, and Morgan just lost control of that on the dribble. So it went out of bounds, but luckily it went off Lancer. Meredith Winterburn now to inbound this. Over to Morgan Dodge, who's going to take a three. Oh, it looked like it was going to stick there. Remember that game?
Yeah. We had two last game.
Yeah, Winterburn, Sullivan coming down on her. And he got Iorio. How did he say that?
Yeah, that's right.
Iorio. Winterburn now with the ball for the Grizzlies. And she fed it over to Gabby Gillis. Gabby Gillis. Winterburn underneath for O'Meara. Tried to put it up. Sullivan just said no to that. Now you got Anderson with the ball to Sullivan. Sullivan goes up and gets an easy layup. So she's 4 points away.
I mean, she took that ball to the hole strong. She got it in rhythm, took it right to the basket.
Nope. Winterburn over to O'Meara. O'Meara out to Dodge. Dodge is going to take that three again. This
There
time
you
she
go.
hit it. So finally, we got off that schneid of one. Grizzlies got four. Here's Sullivan again. Oh, she was about to take it to the basket. Jocelyn stopped her. Long shot by Giampa. That went out of bounds, so the Grizzlies ball. Grizzlies here are making a big change. So Reese Still, Addie Gillis, and Jenna Shannon are back in the game, along with Dodge and Winterburn. Winterburn with the ball now. working it over mid-court. Reese Still over to Morgan Dodge. Dodge feeds Addie Gillis up high to Jenna Shannon. To Still. Over to Winterburn. Winterburn feeds Reese underneath in the paint. Oh, Reese didn't get a shot off. Sent it back to Winterburn. Winterburn hits the 3. 7 here.
Sometimes you got to do that. Pump it in to kick it back out. So Reese realized she couldn't get a good shot, so she kicked it to Meredith.
Yep, turned out to be a good play. Ooh, Winterburn aggressive on the defense there.
Had that.
Jumped out in front of Iorio. So she's going to inbound this for the Lancers. Feeds Giampa out to Anderson. Anderson back to Giampa, where she's hit a couple of threes from there. Just missed that one. Anderson comes down with the rebound, though. Feeds Sullivan. Addie Gillis on her now. Reese Still. Anderson again. Out to Sullivan. She's denied and kicked back. Anderson with the ball. So Winterburn comes down with the rebound, but he's calling a jump ball. Winterburn and Wilson were fighting for that rebound. So the Lancers are going to maintain possession on the jump. So it's being inbounded by Anderson. Over to Egret, to Sullivan, and back to Murray. Murray's looking around, feeds Sullivan. You got both Dodge and Winterburn on her. Egret now with the wide open shot, and she hit the 3. Oh, that was Murray.
Murray.
Gemma Murray, yep.
Murray's got 8 already.
Winterburn now with the ball. Feeds Reese Still down low in Vaughn's corner, but Reese took a extra step there, so it's a travel. Peyton Duff's coming in for Morgan Dodge. And you have Anderson now bringing out the ball for the Lancers. Out to Murray. Murray with it. Over to Egret. To Giampa. Back to Egret. To Murray. And they fed Sullivan out wide. 3-pointer. So she's 3 points away, I think.
I have her for 13 right now.
Oh, so she's 1 point away if that's the case.
Yep, 13. So the next
basket.
Yeah.
And there's, you got Winterburn to Peyton Duff. Duff to Addie Glazer. Over to Winterburn, almost overthrew her. In the Reese Still down low. Back out to Glazer. Face the basket. Turn around Reese and just go in. Kicks it out to Addie. Addie's going to go in. Getting stopped by Giampa. Shannon took a long 3. Just missed. Peyton Duff somehow grabbed that rebound, the smallest one on the court.
Exactly.
She did a good job of hanging on to it against Anderson, so it's a jump ball. And this time the Grizzlies get it. Winterburn, back to Still, back to Winterburn. Over to Reese. Winterburn's looking to try to get some penetration here. There we go, underneath to Addie Glazer. I would like to see Addie just go up with it.
Yeah.
She's not going to get much closer than that. Winterburn now with the ball. To Jenna Shannon. Shannon works it around the outside. Peyton Duff to Still. Glazer. Winterburn, went off her hands and out.
So in that possession there, they did a good job taking some time off the clock, but you can't just give the ball away after that. So, and like you said, I'd like to see Addie take that up. I'd also like to see Reese spin to the basket, look to become a scorer.
Yeah, because if she keeps turning her back and doing the same thing, so she can't have her back to the basket.
No. Steal by Glazer. Oh, and then
Winterburn
right back to
stole
Sullivan.
by Sullivan. Here it comes.
This could be it.
Nope, she just missed that. Out of bounds, and it's going to be being Grizzly ball. So Shannon working her way down. Feeds Reese Still down low. Reese turn around. Out to Addie Glazer. Oh, Addie lost control. Sullivan's got the ball. Winterburn's trying to go after it, but Sullivan still maintained it to Giampa. Over to Egret.
Nice take.
Yep, and Brooke Egret put it right up. That gives her 10, I think, right?
She's got 6.
6.
Feels like 10, though.
Yep. Winterburn into Still. Still drives in and backs out, kicks it out to Winterburn. Take a 3 just off the back rim. Anderson gets that, feeding Sullivan. Sullivan's going to take a 3 here. And it was kept in by Murray. Murray puts it up. She gets 2, so it's
nice floater.
40-7 Lancers. Winterburn now with the ball. Over to Addie Glazer. Over to Reese Still. Back to Glazer. Winterburn to Jenna Shannon. Oh, so there's going to be a foul on Egret here.
Only their 2nd foul in the entire game as a team.
So that's going to put Jen on the line. Jenna hit the first one. And just misses the second one. Sammy Sullivan now with the ball. I think she wants to get that over with where she hits that 1,000 and be done. So Sullivan feeds Murray on the outside. Back to Sullivan. Ooh, tried to go to Egret. And
Meredith picked up the foul. 2 on Meredith. So we're going to have Morgan Dodge and Mia Brissett working their way back in the game. So it's going to put Brooke Egret on the foul line. And she sunk the first one. We got Brissett in for Jenna, and Meredith has got pulled out for Mia Brissett. Brooke's going to take her second shot, and she hit that one. So she hit them both. They're pretty good on them. They've only missed 1.
Yeah, so on the foul line, they're getting everything. So they're making us pay for those fouls.
9 for 10.
Yep. Morgan Dodge works it around the outside for the Grizzlies. Into Still. Still thought she was going to turn and go all the way in, but kicked that out to Addie. Morgan Dodge over to Gwen McDonald. Oh, went off her leg, but she kept it in. And now it was rolling for a while.
Yeah, it was.
But ultimately it went off the Grizzlies, so it is a turnover. Lancers with the ball now. So you got Gemma Murray coming down the court. Throws it over to Sullivan, takes a 3 just off the rim. She gets her own rebound. She's going to go up and take the easy layup. She hit it. So congratulations to Londonderry Lancer Sammy Sullivan, as she has now up to 1,000 points.
That's right. And we mentioned as a junior, it's incredible to get 1,000 in your high school career, but to do it your junior year is even more impressive. Congratulations to her. That's a great club to be a part of.
Yep, it's no small feat.
It is not.
You know, they don't come around that often where you get 1,000-point players, either boys or girls.
Absolutely. A lot of things have to go your way. You got to stay healthy. You know, you got to play on a team that can share the ball with you and make you a scorer. So kudos to all the Lancers for helping Sammy get this milestone. Way to go.
Yeah, that's good for her. And like you mentioned earlier, we've been very lucky here, a little spoiled in Goffstown. We've witnessed this a few times.
Yeah.
So we got an opportunity to see this ourselves with our players. And, you know, I like how they just shut down the game for a few minutes. And, you know, she gets to share this time a little bit with her family members.
Touching moment.
Yep. And again, this is a great accomplishment by a very good athlete. And, you know,
yeah, really good athlete on a really good team right now. This Londonderry team looks really good.
Yeah. Thing is, too, it was a nice clean shot. I mean, she got her own rebound on the 3.
Yeah.
and then she grabbed it. And she wasn't going to be denied, so she came in and got the layup.
Yeah.
And that's just the type of player she is. She's very aggressive, goes to the basket a lot, obviously, and obviously scores a lot.
Absolutely.
So
It looks like
works
we
for
got
her.
some local coverage. The guy from WMUR is here getting it. So
Yep.
watch your local news tonight. You got Dave here from Ball 603. And we're going to have, and the Union leader. So big night here.
Yep. So it's a milestone game. It's something that Sammy will always keep with her as a memory. And maybe what she'll do is go online and pull this broadcast off.
I would.
Yes, and then
I would
save
clip
that.
this whole part that we talked her
There
up,
you
'cause
go. That's right.
We just sold her. She's a great player.
Have a segment of the Bob and Rob Show congratulating Sammy Sullivan of the Londonderry Lancers.
Yes.
So good for her.
Yeah, and let's mention, I mean, they had to agree to this arrangement before the game. Obviously, Coach Bracey said, you know what, we've been down this road with players in the past. Yes, take your time. I know it's our home court. It's a game, and they're going to sub in for Sammy right now. But the coaches have to make this agreement before the game, and obviously it's tough to watch it on your home floor, but well-deserved.
Right. So Gwen McDonald for the Grizzlies inbound this to Morgan Dodge. Morgan's going in deep. She's in Vaughn's corner. Out to Mia Brissett. Addie Glazer. Ooh, over to Morgan. I thought that was going to go over her head,
gotta
but it
get
did
it off.
not.
Reese.
Reese still. Oh my God, what a
Went in.
shot.
It went in.
It's sort of like a sidearm, like a one-hand toss, and she hit the three just before the buzzer went off. So good for her. Reese still.
Yes.
I don't know if she
But
could.
here's the replay on it. I don't think she really knew.
I think she
so
was
they
just
were
throwing
screaming.
it.
Yeah,
She was just
she-
like,
oh,
get
just-
rid of it.
We'll take it.
She never even brought it up
No.
over her head. It was more of a sidearm
It was a
toss.
sling.
It was more of a sling. So 44-11.
Yes. Londonderry is exactly what I thought they would be.
That's right. And
Athletic. They're good scores. They had a really, really nice first half.
yep, they did. And we struggled a bit. But,
They did.
you know, needless to say, we got the halftime. We'll get this together. So with the help of Aiden out in the studio, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back for second half action in just a few minutes.
Hi, I'm Meredith. I'm Reese. I'm Dana.
I'm Jenna.
I'm Gwen.
I'm Catherine.
I'm Taylor.
I'm Addison. I'm Madison.
My name is Peyton. I'm Morgan.
I'm Mia.
And you're watching TV.
The Manchester Transit Authority strives to provide the best experience possible so that residents can feel comfortable while they ride with us. Before your scheduled ride, you will receive a reminder call the night prior, as well as 15 minutes prior to the bus arriving. Please be ready to board within 5 minutes from the time the bus arrives at your location. Your friendly driver will park the MTA branded vehicle as close to your door as possible, including in your driveway if able. All of our buses are comfortable and ADA accessible. If you need assistance, your driver will be happy to help you get from the door of your home up to and inside the vehicle. There is plenty of room for groceries on the bus. A small cart is allowed as long as it does not block the aisle. The Goffstown Shuttle is here to serve the needs of the Goffstown community. Give us a call today to schedule your first ride.
You're watching Grizzly Basketball.
Welcome back, Grizzly fans, and we're here live from the Grizzly Den for second half action. And the Grizzlies are just coming out. The Lancers are all ready to really fight to this tooth and nail type of game that we're part of right now. So clearly dominance on every part of the court. But the Grizzlies are going to come out, and I think it's, it's about creating those good habits. I mean, we've talked about that a couple of times, but we've got to develop some more consistency, I guess.
Yeah, and I would encourage you, I mean, I know they watch film all the time with Coach. I would encourage them to go back and watch Londonderry when they're playing. Watch how they cut to the basket, how hard and how quick they move to the basket. We cut to the basket sometimes, right, and it's like slow motion, go through the motion. So, you got to pick up that pace a little bit. Good backdoor pass.
Yep, to Sullivan. She kicked it back out to Murray. So Emma Murray hits another.
Yeah, she's got 12.
Addie Glazer, she's
good take.
cutting
That's
it.
A good take.
She's done this a couple of times, gets her own rebound and put it up.
Yep.
Sullivan fought her for the second rebound. Like I said, that's part of it too, is we've been a little snake bit around the basket.
We really have.
Just, I mean, the Lancers are still the much better team, but we should actually be closer.
Yeah.
By right. I mean, there's a few baskets that we definitely should have had. I'll criticize when we need to, but also that's got to be part of it.
Yeah.
Nia Brissett just tried to go feed it underneath Winterburn, but it was intercepted. So that was another turnover. Sullivan underneath tries to put up another one. Winterburn comes down with the rebound. Reese Still is getting ready to go in. She's going to destroy them and catch us up.
I think she tunes you out.
Addie Glazer over to Morgan Dodge. Dodge to Jenna Shannon. Jenna with the ball to Brissett. Brissett out to Winterburn. Winterburn takes another long three and hit it. That was a beautiful three. That was a swish. Got Murray working it out to Giampa and to Sullivan. Oh, Winterburn grabbed the ball.
We've got the 30-second timeout.
Winterburn did a good job of grabbing
good hustle
that,
by
hanging up
Meredith.
with it. Yeah, it was good hustle.
Yeah.
That's the thing with this, it's frustrating when you have a season like this, and I know that girls are sick of losing. They don't like to, but you get somebody like the captain, the senior now, who's been really for most of her time here has been part of very good, very competitive teams.
Yep.
But you can still see Meredith Winterburn, taking this team, putting it on her back, and hustling like that for really a play where you could just give it up.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it's a 32-point game. You could have let the ball go, and we'll get the next one. But on the floor she went, and Coach called a timeout. And
so the Grizzlies maintain control. I think it just shows how really classy and good Mare is, Winterburn. So it's great that we have somebody like that. Jenna Shannon, kind of corked up by Murray there. Out to Winterburn. With Anderson on her, feeds Morgan Dodge. Morgan's going to take a long three, top of the point. She hit it right down the middle. That was a good shot for Morgan Dodge. Morgan's hit a number of threes this year.
Yeah,
more so than in years past.
We got 5 as a team, so.
Again, look at that crisp passing by the Lancers. Yeah. They're just, the Grizzlies are just running back and forth. And then you got Giampa with a long shot and almost got it. Sullivan gets the rebound and puts it right back up. But you can see they had the Grizzlies running back and forth. And by doing that, obviously you're going to give your player an opportunity. Morgan Dodge with a good hustle underneath.
Absolutely.
Winterburn grabbed the rebound.
Jump ball. I thought he was calling a foul. And I was like, what in the world?
So the Sweet Grizzlies possession. Winterburn to inbound it. To Addie Glazer underneath. Out to Winterburn to Dodge.
I thought she was going to
over to Still. Still lost control of that. And Sullivan's got it. Goes in for the layup, and she hit it. So 50-17 now. Winterburn to Still. Winterburn at the dodge. Feeds Jenna. Jenna faked going for the 3. Out to Winterburn. I mean, Dodge. Back into Jenna.
Travel. Drag that back foot.
So Anderson's going to inbound this over to
If
Murray.
you look at that replay, I mean, none of our teammates are coming to the ball, and that's the difference in this Londonderry team and our team. They move. The ball moves and they move.
Sullivan hit it.
for 3.
Wow, what a beautiful 3 that was. Nice big arc on that. So Sullivan adding to those 1,000 points.
She's got 24 already, so 26 is her season high.
So she's up to 1,010. Morgan Dodge.
Good math.
Long
Oh,
3.
another one for
Hits it
Morgan.
again. Good job, Morgan Dodge. Winterburn. Got the steal. Feeds Jenna into Winterburn, but she was double covered. Reese still thought
She
about
thought
the
about
3.
it.
Then kicked it out to Dodge. Dodge lost it. It went to Murray. Murray goes and puts up an easy layup. Peyton Duff's going to come back into the game. Winterburn works her way down the court. Feeds Still to Shannon. Shannon lost control. And Egret has it again for the easy layup. That's like 3 in a row we gave up because we lost it in the
Yeah,
offensive
true.
zone. Just careless with the ball.
Very.
And the Lancers are just having an easy sort of skate down the court and pop it in. Still, Addie Glazer over to Morgan Dodge. Dodge to Winterburn. Winterburn's going in on Anderson, and Winterburn still sunk the layup. Okay, long feed. Hit Giampa on the outside. She went around Dodge and put it in for a nice 2-pointer. Winterburn coming in. Over to Still. To Dodge. Dodge going for another 3 and hit it again. Morgan's on a little bit of a run here.
Yeah, 12 for her in the game.
25-59. Looks like we have a wholesale change here for the Grizzlies in a minute. Oh, long 3 by Giampa.
Yeah.
She's hit another 3.
Been a lot of 3-pointers tonight, both sides.
Yep. Winterburn now with the ball. Still comes in to do a pick for her. Winterburn's got it.
Oh,
Goes
good
underneath.
look.
What a pass.
That was a great pass.
Grace bounce pass.
Wow.
Yep. Oh, to Dodge.
Oh, we're just
Dodge
not getting
missed
down
it.
the floor.
Yep. And Giampa put that in. Looks like the
Timeout,
Grizzlies are going to
Grizzlies.
call timeout.
Get beat down the floor.
Yep.
They're gassed. You can just see it on a few of them. But Dodge, I tell you, when she's hot, huh?
Well, yeah, I know. So she's got
She's got 12. She's got 12 for the game, but 3 this quarter, yeah.
3 threes.
Yeah.
Yep. So her career high, I believe, was 21 points.
Yes.
And in that game, she had 5 threes.
Yeah.
5 threes in that game. So maybe she's on her way to another career game. That
Let's
would be
hope
nice
so.
to see.
Let's hope so.
So 25-64. It's going to be running time now, I think, right?
Yeah, over 35, we've been told. We had to be reminded. I couldn't remember if it was 25, 30, or 35. So
Yeah. So,
you don't want that running clock. I say let's get a few buckets. So let's go for it.
yep, try to keep it a little closer. But, you know, it's clear to say that the Lancers are going to go over their average. They've been
Yeah,
averaging
68.
68 points a game.
Yeah.
They're up to 64, and there's still 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah.
So safe to say this might be their highest scoring output. You have all the scores, right? Was there a game where they put up
They scored
More?
81 on Winnicott, 76 on Exeter.
okay. So their high is 81, then they have a good shot of reaching that.
Oh,
high.
yeah.
Winterburn now comes up underneath.
Oh, good take.
Throws a layup. Look at it, fights for her own
It
rebound.
really does.
And that ball went out of bounds.
Called a foul, I think.
And
I thought he called a foul on Giampa. Oh, Iorio.
Earlier, okay. It's 15.
15.
Oh, Winterburn tried to feed still. I thought it went off Reese, but I guess it went off number 30
Just
for
wish
Londonderry.
those baskets would start to fall like that one Meredith just had. There's another one by Reese. All right, good.
Nice layup. They do have a player out there that we don't have their number.
What's
we don't
the
know
number?
who it is. Number 30.
Maybe they called her up from the JVs.
Yep. And here goes Giampa with another three-pointer. She hit it again.
Wow.
So she's got a number of threes now.
She's got 4.
4 threes for Giampa. Yeah, she's been a standout watching her.
She's got 18 on the day.
Good for her.
So 30. I'm sorry, we don't. Let's see if Al's got her name. Nope.
So here we go. Winterburn with the ball now. Gabby Millis gave a good screen. Looks like Dana Still is going to make her appearance in tonight's game. Reese Still with the ball. Reese kicks it out to Gabby Millis. Out to Winterburn. Winterburn taking another long three. Missed everything on that. Went out of bounds. So Dana Still's coming in
For her
for her
sister.
sister Reese.
I'd like to see both of them out there together.
Yeah,
Sometimes
see how
that
goes.
sisterly instinct, they can help each other out.
So Dana's out there. And if nothing else, she'll bring a lot of energy out
She
there.
does. And a big smile.
That's true. Oh, nice long shot. Giampa kicks it out to Murray. Murray sends it over to
Oh, that was deep.
Iorio.
Duff got the rebound. Up to Winterburn.
Out to Dana.
Oh,
Dana, looked like she almost traveled a little. Jocelyn O'Mara comes down with that rebound. Winterburn again goes in for the layup.
yeah.
Oh, just
She's
off the backboard.
made some really good moves tonight, Meredith.
Yep.
Just not getting that bucket to fall all the time.
You know, I'll tell you, despite the score of this game, 40-point difference right now, and she is still hustling
I
out
know.
there like this game's
That's
tied.
why she's our Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Good play.
O'Meara feeds O'Meara right underneath. That should have went in.
That should've.
I don't know how that didn't. So you got Murray running down with that. Oh, intercepted by Jocelyn O'Meara. Went off Jocelyn, so the Lancers will keep it. But I like O'Meara out there. She's got
do
good
too.
hustle.
Yeah.
And, you know, she doesn't quit on the ball either, so that's good for her. So Murray now with the ball, trying to direct traffic. Winterburn on her. Kicks it out to the side, and that was
Buzzer beater.
Iorio. So she hit a three-pointer. So 70-27.
So the good news is we put up 16 that quarter, which we only scored 11 in the first half. So that's the good news. But we've given up 70. That's a lot of points.
Yep.
3 quarters. 3 quarters. So they got they only got 16 there. Yeah, so it was even 16 apiece in that quarter.
Both sides.
How
yep.
about that?
Well, we did a lot better in the first half. I don't think we hit any threes, and here in the second half
No.
we hit a few threes.
Oh no, we had
you have any threes in the
We had
first?
3 in the first half.
No.
Dodge, Reese hit the buzzer beater down here, and Meredith hit one.
So 9 of the 11. We only had 11 in the whole first half, right?
We have 7 3-pointers tonight.
Wow, that's
So 21 of the 27 are coming on 3.
and Giampa for the Lancers,
She's got 4 threes.
4 by herself.
But they have total, let's see, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 10 threes.
10 threes.
So
That's
It's a lot of threes tonight. 17 threes.
yep. Yep. Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen that many made, right?
Yeah.
So it looks like
Londonderry keeping some of the starters out there.
yep. And the Grizzlies now we have some players who don't usually get a lot of court time. Winterburn, of course, is still out there. Got Duff, O'Meara, Abby Gillis, and Jocelyn O'Meara. They got Egret. Feeds it out to Sullivan. Sullivan went for the 3.
Oh,
Winterburn
wow.
gets the ball, dribbles
She
it
was falling
as she was
down.
falling
Yeah.
down.
That's tough to do.
Yep. Duff, now to Dana. Ooh, she almost took an extra step there.
Yeah.
O'Meara, over to Winterburn. To Gillis, or Millis. Abby Millis. Keep calling her Gillis. Peyton Duff, Winterburn. Oh, Dana ran right into her. Sends it over to Duff. I think it deflected off a Lancer, though, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah, she drilled Martinez in the back with that. Dana still. Dana bounced it once, and then somehow she got it back. Good for her. Gabby Millis
Good
beats
luck.
Winterburn underneath.
Oh,
For the layup. It looks like they're playing a game of hot potato here. Egret kicks it out to Martinez.
Oh.
Martinez tried to go for the
O'Meara
layup.
with the block.
O'Meara, nice block. To Duff. Oh! Yep, Duff was going to go in for the layup, and she was sort of checked by DeNova.
That's her first personal foul. First team foul.
Morgan's coming out. Should be taking out Gabby Millis.
Sullivan going out.
Okay. Winterburn with the ball now. Over to O'Meara. O'Meara's going to drive it right into the basket. Boy, she's been snake bit. I don't
She
know.
really has. She's
taken
had some really
good
shots. Yeah. Sometimes it's tough to get that first one to go in.
Too bad. You like to see her get rewarded on some of those. She's doing the right thing.
True.
So here you go. You got Martinez for the Lancers. Clearly, the Lancers took out most of their star players.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of players that don't get a lot of time now.
Right. Morgan Dodge.
No reason to get anybody
Dana
hurt.
Still. Oh, tried to go to Winterburn.
Yeah.
I think that pass a little
Turnover.
too hard. So you got Reese Still and Jenna coming back in.
All right, the sisters are getting together. This is what I wanted to see.
Yeah, so we'll see how Reese and Dana do together. Dana's kind of asking Reese for advice, I think. It's funny. Dana's the older of the
She
two.
is, yeah.
She's a senior.
She
and
hasn't played in a couple years, is that right?
Yeah.
Basketball?
And Dana is a very dominant volleyball player.
Yeah. You got a chance to see her in the fall, right?
Yeah, and Reese is also on the volleyball team, but
Okay.
it's just the opposite, where Reese spends most of her time on the bench in volleyball,
Okay.
and then when they switch to basketball in the winter,
Yeah.
you have Dana watching mostly Reese. So here you got Jenna Shannon. Addie Glazer is going to come back in and turn the whole game around.
Meredith takes him right to the hole. That's how you take it to the basket.
Yep, and just missed, but drew a foul. That's what you want to happen. 30. Addie Martinez.
Addie Mart.
We got Addie Martinez as number 23,
We do. So let's change that.
but there is a number 23 that was out there before. So
There
what do we
was.
call her?
Well,
Addie Glazer's coming in for Dana Still.
did she make that one?
She did make it.
Okay.
No. Yes.
No, we had 27.
So now she made that
Now
one.
she- okay.
So she made one out of two.
I don't want my score sheet to be wrong.
Okay. So you got number 23 and 30 out there, and they both look like their name is Addie Martinez.
The 25 score, de novo on that one.
Yep. Now you have Winterburn bringing it down, feeds Reese Still. Reese with Addie Glazer. Addie feeds it back to Winterburn. Lancers are doing a good job of keeping the Grizzlies to the outside and perimeter. Addie, oh, she looked at it, took the three off the rim. Reese goes right in there for the rebound, just missed that one. And you got, well,
Jump ball.
yep, Jenna Shannon with a jump ball. Number 30, who's also named Addie Glazer, Addie Martinez, I guess.
Goffstown possession.
I can only go by the names that are on here. Even them, I'm lucky to get them right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Put it
hey,
up.
Meredith Winterburn
Got
fed
fouled.
down low. She fed Catherine Jones. So she's going to go to the line.
Let's see who Al says 23 is.
Number 22, Catherine Jones at the foul line, 2 shots.
So Catherine's going to be shooting here for the Grizzlies. Oh, and she hit the first one. Good for her. That's her first varsity point, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so.
She is a swing player, so she does receive a couple of minutes usually, but plays sparingly on the varsity team, and she hit them both.
Yeah,
Good
and I
for
really
her.
like to see her develop, you know, this season and in the off season because she's got some great height to her and can be a force down low.
Right. So DeNovo took that shot and missed. Peyton Duff comes up with the rebound. They're going to call a jump ball.
No foul.
Oh, foul.
23.
Alana, something?
Alana. That's all I got.
Alana the Furby?
Unless that's who 33 is on our list.
Oh, that's.
I
Oh,
don't know.
yep. I don't know. Peyton Duff. Duff with the ball. Over to Abby Glazer. Millis.
Duff has the ball up top.
Oh, it was hit out.
Out of bounds there.
Yep, by Allison DeNovo. Duff's going to inbound this. Oop. Feeds Gabby Millis. Gabby now kind of trapped herself. Jones now with the ball. The Duff. Duff thought about the three for a second. Oh. Addie Glazer. Oh, it was intercepted by Martinez. Martinez goes in for the layup, and I think Jones is going to get the foul. 2-2, so it's Jones got the foul, so Martinez will get a chance to make it a three-point play.
First team foul. Martinez at the foul line, 1 shot.
Again, the Grizzlies are behind by 44. The clock isn't running, though.
Supposed to. Maybe it doesn't run on free throws.
We'll find out. So now with the ball is Maddie Giordano over to Millis. Back to Giordano.
Oh,
she slid a little bit.
Slide.
Tried to stop herself, but kind of
Momentum just
slid her forward, and that's forward progress without bouncing it. So Maddie Courtru gets it over to LaPagna. Lancers are still making the crisp passing. But right underneath, how that didn't go in, I don't know. But Jones comes up with the rebound over to Peyton Duff. Duff's now working it down the court, over mid-court. Oh, it was intercepted nicely by DeNovo. And she put it up, but somehow that didn't go in. Now they're going to call a jump ball here. Maddie Giordano did a good job of tying that ball up. Meredith Winterburn's going to make another appearance in the game. Peyton Duff now with the ball. Works it over midcourt. Addie Glazer. Out to Millis. To Giordano. Giordano back to Millis. Millis feeds Duff down low. Oh, Duff went for a layup. She was slapped down by Martinez. So Winterburn is back in. She took the spot of Giordano. Winterburn. But Jones right underneath. Oh, just missed on that layup.
Wonder Woman with the rebound.
Yep. So she's going to go to the line and take 2 more. 25 is Allison DeNovo. DeNovo. We won't argue with Al's pronunciation.
He puts a lot of time and effort to get that
He
right.
does. So Winterburn missed the first one. Good second opportunity here. And she hit that one clean, so that's good. DeNovo inbound this. Oh, Lancers come in.
Oh,
Martinez
foul.
underneath. Kind of got the rebound and put it right back up. Winterburn, long feed to Millis, back to Glazer. Over to Duff. Duff out to Jones. Jones feeds Winterburn underneath. Out to Addie Glazer. Addie takes a 3 off the back rim. Winterburn with the rebound, lays it up. Oh, just missed.
Good rebound.
Good rebound. So there was some good hustle all around. Meredith Winterburn was our leading scorer, I believe.
Yeah.
So we're adding up those scores, but the final score 78-31.
No, Dodge with 12. She had 4 threes.
All right, so pretty good performance by a couple of the players, but I think it went as we somewhat predicted.
Yeah,
it.
Londonderry, a very solid team. Their scorers can score. I mean, Sullivan had 22, Giampa 18, and Murray 14. So those 3 big ones.
Yep. You have 3 players in double digits. You're going to do well.
and one of them in the 20 range. That's a high number. So
yep.
they should do well. I would love to see them match up against those other top teams, Bedford and who's the other top team in there? Wyndham. So I'd like to see them against a Bedford because I think Bedford's solid. So
yeah, it'd be an interesting matchup
it
to
will
watch.
be.
That's for
Congratulations to Sammy Sullivan tonight. A special night for her, her family, all the Lancers. That's a really great milestone. And you know, we had our usual performance at times tonight, and there are shots that need to start falling. Just kind of make this game a little closer along the way.
Yep. So what we're going to do is we'll be back. We'll do probably only one interview tonight, and we'll do a little bit of Coach's Corner. We got to think about what we're going to beat Bracy up before this time. But we'll be right back. So signing out for now, and we'll be back for our first Rose Between Two Thorns. Good evening, Goffstown. Welcome back to the Grizzly Den, where it was a little bit of a tough outing for the Lady Grizzlies. But we did find a rose between two thorns, and tonight's rose is Morgan Dodge. Morgan, you had a very good game tonight offensively. You hit, what, 4 threes?
4 threes, yep.
And it was not your career high, but it was, you had 15 points, I think, altogether.
I think she only had 12, right?
It was only 12.
It was only the 3 threes? I
Unfortunately.
thought you hit a layup,
Okay.
too.
Bob will give you more points, don't
yeah,
worry.
whatever.
We'll change the
You
book
know.
when we're done here.
So I know it's been a rough season. Obviously, we went up against a very good squad with the Lancers. And what do you take as some positives you think out of this game?
So our main emphasis was like eat. So effort, attitude, and togetherness. And the effort one. Our effort this season has not been great. Like, I'll be completely honest. You know, when we're getting beaten down, like in these big games, like you can just see like the emotion. Like it's just downhill. So we've been just talking about all like practice long. Like we just need to keep in it. Like just keep going all practice long. And you know, when we're getting beaten down, like we just have to keep running the plays, keep executing defense, and keep going. And then the togetherness, you know, being a part of this team and just showing what it means. It's a fresh group. It's new. Not a lot of, I think, like what? Not a lot of returners, like 4.
Right.
So it's a lot of brand new people, and we're just trying to incorporate togetherness. I don't know. And then attitude. Our attitude cannot be that great sometimes, and we're just trying to move on to the next play, like always, and just have that goldfish memory. Just moving on.
There you
I
go.
like that.
Oh,
Well, the goldfish memory is easier for some than others, isn't it, Morgan?
yes, it is. Thanks for that.
We love Morgan Dodge.
And she was very nervous about coming on this interview. You're doing great.
Thank you.
You're a natural.
Yes, you are.
You're a natural. So we notice there's lots of changes always. You know, the starting lineup changes a little bit each game. The defensive mindset changes. Tonight was very different. It looked like a 1-3-1 we started out in. What was the change for, and do you think it was helpful?
So we call it Blue. So it's a
Okay.
new 1-3-1. We know we have Bedford next week, and
Yes.
we want to focus on Londonderry today. So we know that Londonderry was a very speedy team. They like the fast break looks, and we saw that tonight. Obviously, I think
Yep.
they had a lot of fast break
They
points.
did.
So we tried to slow them down a little bit by throwing a zone at them, having our 2 corner players fly out and guard the corners and try to stop the ball coming up from up top, just to try to just slow the play down, because they are a very guardy team, especially with Sammy Sullivan in the paint. They just like to draw that like into the paint. So we tried it out yesterday. Bracey just came into practice and he was like, you know what, we're just going to do this. And I was like, hell yeah. Like, let's just do it. Like, I love it. I don't usually like playing a zone defense, but I thought it was great. And I can't wait to run it again and
Well, I thought
hopefully against Bedford.
the first couple of minutes of the game, the energy was the best I had seen on defense.
Yeah.
I just thought that you guys were attacking, looking to trap. The defensive rotations were working. So if we can build on that, I think that is a good positive.
And we did a good job of slowing down Sammy in the very beginning, because I was actually, partly tongue-in-cheek, thinking that we were going to stop the game like 3 minutes into the first quarter, and Sammy would already have her 14
Yeah, I
points.
thought that was gonna happen
So
too.
we made her wait a little bit before she got it. But I think it was a great tribute to a very good basketball player. 1,000 points her junior year.
Yeah.
To be able to hit it, that's almost Kelly Walsh speed.
Yes.
So good for her on getting it. Did you guys knew going in that was going to happen, and we're going to take a little time out to honor her? No.
I had no idea. I had no idea she was going to hit the 1,000 until it was actually the refs in our captain's huddle was like, good luck to you. And he just pointed at Sammy Sullivan. I was like, oh, are you hitting 1,000? She's like, yeah. And I said, hey, like, congrats. Like, that's a big accomplishment, and good luck to your future endeavors. Like, super congrats.
There you go.
So,
That's
yeah,
good.
Good.
Super proud of her. So.
Good. Three-pointer was dropping tonight. The last week, it seemed like it wasn't dropping.
No.
And it does seem like when it rains, it pours both ways. You either just keep missing or they keep going in. So is there a difference? Do you notice a difference when they don't go in versus when they go in? Does it feel different coming off your hand?
Today felt a little bit different. I missed the first, I want to say 2 or 3, and I was like, I got to get in the game. Like, I have, like, especially when we were down by a lot, I'm like, I have to contribute. I have to, especially with last week's performances. I had a nice talk with my parents, and they were like, you got to get in the game, especially, being on that high from Alvern, like with the 21, like I had to be in it, and especially from, the finger injury from Timberlane, that really set me back a little bit. Still had been in pain, but this was the first game where I felt really nice and really good. So it felt good, and yeah, it did.
Good.
Feel
Let's
good
build on
coming
that.
off.
Yeah, good.
That's great.
Good.
So heads up for the next game, we play Memorial, I believe. So any different strategy for that, or how do we approach that game and hopefully get on the winning side of a ledger would be nice.
I'm hoping for a win. Just bring in great energy. I'm thinking we're going to see a 2-3 from them. So we're going to run some gap, run some zone offense, and hopefully we'll rain some money with some threes.
Hopefully the threes will keep coming.
They were falling. I forgot what the total was, but there was, between the two teams tonight, it was a lot of threes.
We had 17 at one point.
Yes.
I thought 17 threes.
A lot of three balls.
Between the two.
Good to see.
So with that, we're going to let Morgan get ready to go home, and we're going to go home, but we're going to do a Coach's Corner real quick. So signing out.
Good job,
from
Morgan.
the Grizzly
Thank you,
Den.
guys. I appreciate it.
There you go. Back live at the Grizzly Den. We're here with Coach Bracey for Coach's Corner. Tough night tonight. Londonderry, good
Yeah,
squad.
shocker. They're actually really good at basketball. They didn't know that.
They are. They're good.
Yep.
They're a good team. I like the energy we brought tonight.
Yeah,
we seem to play with energy.
I thought defensive energy in the first half was good. Offense wasn't there. Got a little reality check at halftime, and I thought we came out better in the second half and attacked a little bit more.
I agree. And we talked with Morgan. I noticed right away the 1-3-1 when we came out. I think you called it blue. That's when
Don't say that on TV.
She said it before I did.
Jeez,
so
Morgan.
I thought it's okay. So now the
Yeah,
world's
come up
going to
with
see
different
this.
color.
But I noticed it right away, and I like seeing that change because I think that teams aren't preparing for that because we haven't done it before.
Yeah.
But I thought our energy level, the first couple minutes on defense, was phenomenal.
It was great.
The rotation, the trap, the movement, it was really good.
And honestly, today was a day of let's experiment a little bit. Let's see what works. So we threw out a 1-3-1 at practice yesterday.
That's what Coach came in and said, we're going to try this. And
Sunday, let's see. Yesterday was Monday. Yeah, so Sunday was scheming up how we can rotate in a 1-3-1. That's different than most. Let's not be the same as everybody else. And 20 minutes of practice time yesterday, and let's do it in a game.
Yeah.
So.
Good. Well, it brought some good energy early on.
And I think, hopefully we got a lot of film that we can look at and decide how we want to adjust things out of that. So, that was today. Today was about making adjustments for the future.
Good.
Yeah, Londonderry looked crisp tonight. And we knew going into the game, Rob and I were talking about how the Grizzlies have to be on point.
Yeah.
Can't make too many mistakes. So that was important. But I also felt that there were some good shots. We took some good shots that just didn't go our way. They just weren't going in.
Yeah, I think early on, I think we got some open looks, but they weren't the best of open looks just because it was a perimeter pass to the open look, and then we're taking it a little bit deeper than we necessarily need to. I think inside out needs to be our game. So how do we get that ball to the paint before we get that three-point shot? Paint out, you're just stepping into the shot instead of stepping sideways, so a little bit more momentum going to where we want to go. And I thought we did a better job of finding those looks in the second half, and that's when shots started to drop a little more.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think Bob was specifically talking about there was a couple out-of-bounds plays here where, the girls were wide open in the paint, and the ball, good shot, just didn't go in. So when we build on that confidence, I think those things will start to fall. We head off to Manchester
Memorial on Friday.
Okay.
Yep.
Give us a snapshot. What can we see? We're going to see more of what we saw tonight. What do they? Don't give the secrets, but what do they have?
Our hope is to mix it up a little bit, keep teams on edge. They're going to try to press us. I think we outrun them. And then offensively, I think we match up well defensively against them. So,
Good.
Yep, I think it's going to be can we get up and down the court faster than they can?
Chance
That'll be the story of it.
to get a W.
Yep.
So, listen, thanks for doing the interview. You got another interview
Yes,
waiting.
yes.
So, we're signing off live from the Grizzly Den.
See you
We'll
next
sign
week.
out. See you next week.
All right, thank you.
Bye.